Thank you so much for being on Trainual today. I know that training is intense and there's a lot to it, but I'm really excited about this video specifically. I'm here with Angelica, one of our amazing agents, and she's going to be talking to us today about some of her experience as a brand new agent at Chucktown Homes. So, Angelica, thank you so much for jumping on with us.
Thank
First,
you.
tell me who you are, what location you're in, and tell me a little bit about your background before you joined Chucktown Homes.
Alrighty. So, as you said, my name is Angelica. I am here in the Greenville office. I joined Chucktown Homes and I actually got started in real estate at the end of last year, 2024. I'd worked in customer facing roles pretty much for 18 years in food and beverage, like many people. I know that's the natural next step, as they say, from bartender to real estate agent.
Yeah.
But it does a lot of the skills transfer. I mean, you're dealing with people, you have to deal with a lot of no's, tough situations, and being cool under pressure, uh, kind of making it up as you go along, and having inner belief in yourself that you can really get through it. So I really leaned on a lot of those skills to kind of get me to where I am today, which is I've closed quite a few deals. I've worked with a lot of buyers, and I'm a lot more confident than I ever thought I would be, about 8 months into this career.
I love it.
Let's see. I joined Chucktown, let's see, in December. So, yeah, right about 8 months here.
So, Angelica, before you joined Chucktown Homes, how much real estate experience did you have?
I had worked in commercial property management and marketing for a home builder out in Las Vegas called KB Homes. I was the regional marketing director there. So I had been in new homes, I had been around the conversations, but I'd never really dealt with, the ins and outs of what agent, I really didn't know what an agent did every day. I mean, aside from what I see on TV,
Yeah,
and they look
it's just
fabulous.
it's just like TV, right?
So
Uh,
much like TV.
so, Angelica, would it be fair to say that when you came to Chucktown Homes, you had very little resale experience as an agent? You kind of never have sold a resale home to a buyer. Is that right?
I've never purchased a home myself. I've never been
Yep.
involved in a transaction. So I really had no idea uh, what I was going to learn and really no idea what I didn't know. And kind of, I really like to know a lot of things. I like to eat knowledge in all areas of my life. And I do in hospitality, I really prided myself for years on being somebody who knew pretty much how to get anything done. So this was really uncomfortable for me
Yeah.
to be in this position.
So it sounds like you came in as a tier one agent, as a lot of our agents do, right? And
Yeah, tier
and
one, I came in by myself. I didn't have any other classmates with me. So I really kind of was in this room by myself a lot of days.
for
Truly,
sure.
I was.
So tier one agents, they get access to our pond leads, right? Our pay-per-click SEO type leads. And your team leader, David, probably explained that to you like, hey, listen, for the first couple weeks, you're going to spend some time in the pond, really honing your scripting skills and understanding how to speak to clients. Was that your experience?
Yeah, so David really prepared me for, what that training was going to be like. And he did say, which I tend to forget, kind of week two, three, and four, he said it's going to start to feel like a call center. And while I heard him that first time, as I continued to work the pond, kind of kept forgetting that. And some days were really tough to get through. I'm not going to lie, they were.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. And Angelica, you could be honest. Like, how did you feel about calling the pond? Was it exciting for you? Was it nerve-wracking? How did you feel doing that?
I think the first week, it really didn't feel natural. The entire first week, you're learning new software. You're also learning scripts. You're also dealing with, you know, there's a lot of information that you see on a lead in a pawn, and you kind of, as you go through the pawn leads, you learn to skim really well and pick up on the key information. But when you're a new agent, it's kind of drinking from a fire hose, and you're kind of trying to take it all in. So the first week was really more about learning the systems, how they work. And, you know, you kind of fumble a little bit through those conversations, but they're in the pond. So that's what you're supposed to be doing, is kind of getting those marbles out of your mouth, as you guys say.
Yeah.
So I would say week one, really foreign. And then week two, I kind of knew what the pace was going to be, knew what to expect. And kind of getting the formalities of what is this information, how does the system work, I was able to then focus more on the context of my conversations. And what I set up was a benchmark. My benchmark was 50 calls a day. And some days that felt like nothing, and some days I felt like an impossible mountain to climb.
You know,
And
Jeremy actually put out something today that the average Chucktown Homes agent, if they make 50 dials a week, right? 50 dials a week, not even a day, 50 dials a week, you're going to close 20 transactions at Chucktown Homes. So imagine doing that consistently. So that's amazing that you set that benchmark to yourself. Now, Angelica, let me ask you this. You're calling through the pond, right? What script did you use there?
when I'm calling through the pond, most of the time, pulling up I can see kind of what they're into. So, hey, Brandon, this is Angelica with Chucktown Homes. I see where you had previously expressed some interest in this property. Just wanted to reach back out and see how that's going for you. Are you reaching your goals? Where are we in our journey? And then kind of let them talk. Now, of course, it wasn't always that seamless. It kind of was a little clunky here and there, but more or less just trying to get them to re-engage and tell me, hey, I'm waiting. This is my timeline. This is what are their objections, basically, because they're in the pond. They're not ready right now. Well, why not? Kind of get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like window shopping, right? Like, hey, are you
Hmm.
looking to make a move in the next 6 months, or are you just kind of window shopping, right? So
Yeah.
that's great. Angelica, how long did you feel like it took you to really kind of feel comfortable making those kind of calls? Was it an overnight thing, or did it really take a week or 2 weeks to feel comfortable?
I would say week three was when I started to feel my most confident. Then it was like, I'm burning through these calls, and I set up my system. So while I was making a phone call, I already had my template already set up. So if they didn't call, I was going to hit send as soon as it hit to their voicemail. Then I clicked over to my email, had that template ready to go. So it within about 30 seconds, if they didn't call, I'd already texted them, emailed them, and left them a voicemail. And I really didn't get there till about week 3 or 4. And after a full month, the skimming was down pat. I was able to kind of move through the minutia of information to kind of get to those golden nuggets that you really want to have to spark a conversation.
So guys, what I want you to hear Angelica saying is you're not going to feel comfortable with this day one, week one. It's just not going to happen. And guys, I also want you to hear, Angelica already alluded to it. I am giving you permission. You're going to say some wild things to some of these pond leads. Like you're going to hang up the phone and be like, "Oh my gosh, why did I just say that?" And that's okay as long as we're moral, ethical, and legal, of course, right? But you're going to work through your scripting and your objection handling with these leads because guys, these are the cheaper leads. Some of these leads cost anywhere between 25 cents and $1 per lead. But now Angelica's working some of our market VIP and Zillow Flex leads where those leads can cost upwards of $1,000 per lead, right? And what you also hear Angelica saying is it took a week or two for her to start feeling comfortable and about 4 weeks for her to start feeling confident, right? So it's going to happen. Now, Angelica, let me ask you this question, and I already know the answer because I'm really excited about this. Did you find any success in the pond?
I absolutely did.
Great.
I
Tell,
found
tell
a
us about
wealth
it.
of success. About week 3, I was starting to do open houses, and I was out in an open house for a teammate of mine, waiting for the open house to get going. I decided to jump in the pond, make sure I hit my goals for that day. And about third or fourth call in, got connected with a lovely gentleman. He could tell I was, kind of green behind the gills, and I didn't shy away from that. I kind of leaned into it, and I said, I'm starting my career, and you're a part of our database, and I see that you've got some property that you're thinking about investing in, and he said, actually, I've got about 166 acres in Colombia that I need to sell, and
But hold on, Angelica, let's pause for a second. You live in Greenville, South Carolina. You're not going to work the Columbia market, right?
I almost moved for this guy, but
So
no,
what did
all
you do?
joking aside, I let him know, hey, I am not in Colombia, but we have a really great network. We are a very amazing team, and I do have somebody in that area that will be able to work with you. She's a seasoned agent. She knows what she's doing, and she'll definitely be able to get you going there. So I referred that out to an agent in Colombia. She met with him. I followed back up with him after, make sure that he liked working with her and that he felt like it was going to be a good fit. He gave me the go ahead. They met and did a valuation on that property, which came into $1.6 million property valuation.
Right.
Broke down into 12 lots, and it has been my bread and butter ever since. My very first two checks were from
Yep.
a referral. Yep.
Yep. So, guys, here's what I want you to hear in this story, right? Are you going to find a $1.6 million land referral every single time you jump in the pond? Guys, I'm here to tell you that answer is no. But those leads do exist inside of our system. And because Angelica chose every single day to be consistent in that, she was able to get that lead. Now, one of my favorite quotes is it's better to be lucky than good, but the harder you work, the luckier you get, right? And Angelica's a perfect example of this. So, brand new agent, 3 weeks in the business, finds a $1.6 million lead because she did the right thing in sending the referral. Now she's receiving referral checks on $1.6 million because they subdivided the land up. Every time one of those closes, she's receiving a 25% referral fee check, which is giving her the footing to start really getting into real estate. And she's got checks coming in by simply making calls out of the pond. So, Angelica, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of where you're at in your business. Thank you so much for showing up every
Thank
day and
you.
who you are in the Greenville team. I know how valuable you are there. And like I said, I'm just so grateful for you.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be a part of this team. If you are getting new, like brand new into real estate and you're not joining Chucktown, I wish you all the best. I mean, Chucktown is where it's at. It's where you need to be.
Love it. Angelica, thank you so much. Go crush it.
Thank you.